Hey, so I was going to do a more, you know, scripted video, but, just fuck it. I'm just gonna say things. I'm not gonna have a script for this video. Anyways, it's been a long time. I don't post since 2024, which honestly was kind of long ago. Kind of a long time ago. So what I wanted to talk about in this video is Forsaken. Forsaken is, as I think you'd know, an asymmetrical, quote unquote, horror game about, from what I remember, 9 survivors versus 1 killer, or 8 survivors. So, about the game, like, alright, I'm gonna try to make a better thing. So, um, the game is kind of bad nowadays, being totally honest with you. I just don't think it's the same direction as they wanted to go for earlier, and that honestly just takes the soul away from the game. No pun intended. And I just honestly think that they should rethink about their decisions about the game and about pretty much everything. And yeah, but right, for the actual video now. Um, so recently, Forsaken has been having a less, you know, amount of quality put into it. It started out as a passion project, and I think nowadays they're just trying to go for, having an image, and it's not only made for fun. I think that nowadays they're mostly trying to get money from it, which I don't think should be the main goal here. They honestly should be going for, making the game fun and etc. And, you know, the game was fine back then. Of course, it wasn't perfect, and you can definitely see it if you play Forsaken Archived, but it was your fault if something was messed up. It was mostly your fault. But nowadays, I think it's mostly just the game. The game is just fucking you up. Simply just because why not? Like, everything started going downhill since the 2 time update. He was super overpowered. He's an extremely strong sentinel. He can heal himself. He has a second life. And yeah, I just don't think that was balanced. And most of the community agrees with me. So I think they lost contact with the players there. That's when I think the line was like crossed of them actually trying to do something more for the community and something more for themselves. Look, I don't think people should be hating on the devs. I just think that the devs should be listening to the community. And yeah, so after 2 time, some things released. Noli was extremely unbalanced. He sucked, and then he just turned to a complaint unit because of something like the devs was just no. Actually, let's just buff him as much as possible. And I don't think he needed to be that overpowered. Yeah, maybe he sucked, but they could just make him good. It's not the best killer in the game. People should gravitate towards the one with their playstyle, not the one of the meta. Like what happens in B-Storm Simulator. If you're more of a sweat, you go for the white hive. If you're more of a casual player, you go for the red hive. And if you're macroing, you go for the blue hive. That just doesn't exist in Forsaken. You usually just play the best killer, and that's it. There isn't like you choosing. If you're playing a killer that's like John Doe, you're getting the short end of the stick. You're most of the time not going to win. You don't have a single fucking chance of winning if the server's somewhat decent. If you're playing as John Doe, and I don't think it should be that way. Next thing I want to talk about is Veronica. Veronica is just an absolute unit. She's just so overpowered and, you know, unnecessarily, honestly. There's also Guess 666, which is super overpowered until you just loop him. Then he's pretty much a harmless puppy. And look, I think he should be like less OP than he is, but I don't think he should be that bad if looped. Yeah, maybe, like, I don't know, he's strong or maybe he's bad depending on your vision. But something you have to agree with is that looping just absolutely fucks him up. And that should be a problem that no killer should face. Look, if they want to buff him, okay. If they want to nerf him, I just, I don't know. Look, Veronica, now about Veronica. The maximum of something like a nerf was like a slight nerf that she got, which didn't even do anything, pretty much. She is still the most overpowered character in the game, and in 10 days, it's gonna be a month that she released, and so, nothing that, like, makes her balanced. Not at all. And I just don't think it should be like that. Now, about for another topic, it's about how the developers act. Like, they just act super childish and out of, contact with the players. Like, just the Hack Lord just releasing, like, a totally unfinished. And the devs sounded bad that people started complaining, which it's reasonable that people complained. It's rightfully, like, the thing they should be doing. They shouldn't be harassing the devs. Yeah, they shouldn't. But the way the devs just responded to it was super childish. They didn't, like, fix it as soon as possible, giving it good stuff. It took a long time, and they just canceled all the other Limbus Company skins for some reason, which I don't think would be better. If anything, it would make the situation worse. And just, they should at least be thinking about the decisions before they make it. And usually, any criticism for them is just harassment. For them, it's just harassment. It doesn't matter what happens, who's talking about it, it's harassment. And I don't think it should be like that. They should be listening to the community. It's the people that play the game, after all. The developers don't play it nearly as much as the community, like, I'm pretty sure. And the people who are actually playing get the short end of the stick. They don't get listened to at all, and the developers know it, but they refuse to listen to the community. Why? I don't know. Honestly, I don't fucking know. They just do it because they want to. And that's so stupid to just do. And now for my next topic, the community. The community and lack of updates, just, it sucks. The community is extremely toxic towards new players and sometimes even new players. no, old players, I mean, they just usually taunt people, which I think is unnecessary, and they just outright act rude with some people. This is not just like one bad apple, it's most of the people. Forsaken is also balanced way where competitive players play it. If you're more of a casual, then you're fucked, buddy. You're getting like nothing made for you. It's just like professional and professional and professional and just that. Look, it's good that the professional players are getting something, but the casuals aren't getting anything, and I think that's the worst part of it. Like, every part of the community should be listened to. You can't make it perfect for everyone, but you can try to do your best, and that's what's missing from Forsaken. That's pretty much what I think. The community is unnecessarily toxic for most people, and I think that's mostly because of that. The casual players just leave, and the professional players and the people who are actually like competitive are there. Not the new casual players. Like they're just gone. I've played this game back like in January, and it was a totally different experience. It was way better community wise. The game itself, not perfect, but you know, at least it was more enjoyable, I'd say. And just some things should just, you know, be fixed, etc. Also, sorry if the video just seems to go around and around on a certain topic. It's just that I'm really bad without scripts. And yeah. Then the last topic and the thing I it really makes me not want to play Forsaken is Soul. Like, okay, Soul gets 25% of the revenue, that's okay because it's an NDA. They can't disclose it, but okay, they can't do anything about it. And but giving a predator my money just it doesn't seem so appealing to me personally. So I started playing less and less of Forsaken because of that. And now, at since it was shown that Basil and Haitoko pretty much just don't care at all about people in their dev team being in direct contact with Soul and being their friends, and they just don't care at all. It just makes me not want to be a part of Forsaken anymore. I don't want to play it. I don't want to interact with anyone that actively plays it, knowing that's what the devs are doing. And you know, the fact that they just outright just lie to our faces and like most likely don't feel bad about it. I just think it's really disrespectful. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. I really dislike the fact that, you know, the devs are just so weird about everything, and the fact that Soul is still, like, somewhat related to Forsaken in a actually huge way, that just makes me dislike Forsaken a lot. And yeah, I hope everyone who's watching this till this point has a nice day and a nice tomorrow and a happy life. And um, see you next video. Hey everyone, thank you for watching the full video. If you're expecting more English videos, most likely I'm not gonna make too much of them. Only like once in a while. And like if I barely post, then I'm barely gonna post things in English. So, yeah. So anyways, If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe or give me a like or something, since I'm just restarting the channel a little bit. And yeah, thank you for watching, and bye bye.